Hello everyone, welcome to your next foundations class. This one is all about finding your feet. So we've talked about the breath already and how important that is for the practice. So if you haven't seen that one, make sure you do that one. And now we're really going to focus on what's happening with your feet through the yoga practice. And there really is a lot going on. It's called pada bandha. Pada means feet in Sanskrit, and bandha can roughly translate to something like an energetic lock or some kind of activity. So you're finding this activity of energy in your feet. So before we get started, I want you to understand that there's 4 corners in both of your feet. So you have the mound of your big toe, little toe, inner heel, and outer heel. So 4 on each side. So we'll be understanding the action of grounding through the 4 corners of both feet, but then lifting the arches of your feet. So the arches of your feet, particularly this part, the inner arch of your foot, is very important to activate and lift. So the energy starts in the feet. And once you understand the placement of the feet, that's also going to help your knees. So if you have knee issues, working with the feet is very important. Also, once you've worked out your feet, your knees, that translates into the hips. That also translates into the spine, then the shoulders, the neck. It all just stacks on top of each other. So the foundation of the feet is really important to understand, okay? So that's the journey we're going to go on today. Now, you have an option to start with the feet hip distance like I am, or with the feet together. So you'll decide what you do. But have a look down at your feet. Lift your toes, spread your toes, and then place them back down into the floor. So you're taking up a large surface area of your feet. Get a sense of grounding those 4 corners of both feet and maybe pulling some energy up. Feel how the energy lifts up your legs a little bit so the quadriceps become engaged. The tailbone moves down, the belly gently draws in. Now bring your hands together in front of your heart, everyone. Let's take a moment to connect in with center. Connect with the breath, breathing in and out of the nose. And if you'd like to set an intention or a focus for your practice, you could do that now. And once you've done that, everyone, gently open your eyes and release your hands. So welcome to your practice. My name's Ari, just in case I didn't say that before. Now, remember to look after yourself. As you go through your yoga practice, if you do have injuries or anything going on, you're going to need to modify as best you can so you don't suffer. It's not about suffering in pain and putting up with it. It's about working with what's going on and then letting it unfold as it's meant to. So you want longevity in your practice. It's not about practicing once and then going, oh, okay, that hurts, I'm never doing it again. It's about doing it consistently over a period of time, but just going slowly, taking little steps, okay? Little steps will lead to big changes. So well done on taking the first step in just stepping onto your mat. Okay, so we've talked about lifting the toes, spreading the toes. We've also talked about the arches of the feet. So really pull up the inner arches of your feet now. Lift your kneecaps again, engage your quads. So it wants to feel energetic in the lower body. Bring your hands onto your hips, and I want you to feel where the pelvic bones are here. So there's 2 bones just at the front of the pelvis that you can dig around and feel. Now I want you to lift up those bones towards your lower rib cage. So you're shortening the distance between the pelvis and the lower ribs, but I don't want you to tuck under like this. So if I tuck under, see what's happened here. It's my glutes all clenched, and that doesn't want to happen. What I want to do is lengthen my tailbone down, but not tuck under, so my lower back has space. But remember, it starts from the feet, you pull the energy up, and you continue to lift the energy up the sides of the torso, the sides of the neck, and the crown of the head. So Tadasana is one of the most important postures in the yoga practice. Tada is mountain, asana means seat or connection to the earth or attitude. Okay, so it's really about finding an attitude of connection. So that's what you're going to be doing. So Tadasana, you're connecting to the energy or the feeling of a mountain. So you find that whether or not the feet are hip distance apart or together, it doesn't matter. So close your eyes Imagine a plumb line that's moving through the crown of the head, going down the spine and out through the tailbone. Notice what happens if you shift the weight forwards into the feet a little bit. Notice what happens if you shift the weight back into the heels a little bit. Notice what happens if you shift the weight to one side. Feel where the weight transfers into the feet. Then shift it to the other side. Feel where the weight's transferring. So become very aware of the soles of your feet and that connection to the earth. Now find the center. So not forwards, not back, not side or side, but directly center. Find your plumb line. Find your Tadasana, mountain pose. Standing in presence, reaching the fingertips down, lifting the crown of the head up. It's like you couldn't stand any taller if you tried. Now, gently open your eyes. Inhale your arms out and up. Keep pressing into the feet. Now keep breathing. We're going to hold this. Now the hands, they're going to be shoulder distance apart for now. Okay? So shoulder distance apart. They don't have to press just yet. Your palms are facing towards each other. Now I want you to lift the arms up even more. But see if your triceps can wrap forwards. So triceps wrap forwards. Keep lifting up. Now have you forgotten about your feet already? If you have, lift your toes again, spread your toes, place them back down into the floor. Press into the mounds of your big toe. Press into the mounds of your little toe. Press into your inner heel. Press into your outer heel, so the four corners of both your feet. Now invite energy up the arches of your feet. Pull it up the arches of your feet. Think of the knees stacking just on top of the ankles. Think of the hips stacking just on top of the knees. Think of the spine lifting up nice and tall. Can you lift up even more? Are your arms straight? Now, can you bring your palms to press together? Can you look slightly up towards your hands? Can you keep reaching? Can you extend? Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, turn your palms face out and dive and fold. Take your hands down to the floor. Or if you had blocks, you could place blocks next to your feet. And I'll show you what that looks like. Blocks can be middle setting or high setting. So depending on how tight your hamstrings are. If you don't have blocks, bring your hands on your shins, okay? And I'll show you from this side so you can see it. Now, look at your feet again. Spread your toes, place them back down. Now, you've got a good visual of the arches of your feet. Can you try to lift the arches of your feet, the inner arches of your feet? Now, sometimes people have the weight back in the heel in this pose. I want you to make sure it's directly so that the center of the hip is aligned over the center of the ankle. So it might need to be a little bit forwards for some of you. Now, straighten your arms if they're not already. Move your shoulders towards your hips and the crown of the head forwards. Now pull your belly in, lift your rib cage in. Now how are your legs? Have they gone to sleep? Have you still got the arches of the feet lifting? Can you lift your kneecaps? Can you engage your quads? Now can you lengthen that energy through your spine? So you're pulling it up through your feet, your legs, and moving it through the spine. Take an inhale. Now when you exhale, start to bend your elbows and fold. Now, we're trying to keep this energy in the legs. We're moving the torso down the body, the crown of the head towards the floor. If you need to bend your legs, do that. If you need to make your blocks lower, do that. Eventually, you won't need the blocks and your hands will be on the floor. But that can take a while, depending on how your hamstrings are. So you bend your legs or you use blocks to bring the floor closer to you. Notice if the weight is collapsing in or rolling out, and if it is, find the four corners of both your feet. Fold. Now bring your hands back on your shins or blocks and straighten the arms, straighten the spine. Inhale, lengthen, and then hands on hips as you exhale. Press into your feet. Inhale, lift your head and chest, come up again. Tailbone down, pelvis lifts up. Remember that subtle action. Step your feet together, keep your hands on your hips, and now you're going to take a big step out to the right, okay? Or just make sure you can see me. Turn both feet to face forwards. So they're just facing directly forwards. Notice if the weight's rolling in. So a lot of people do that actually. The weight rolls in. See how the outside edge of my feet is just lifted up a bit. A lot of the time people do the opposite of that as well. They roll weight to the outside of the foot, which means that the mound of the big toe and inner heel is not pressing anymore. So I want you to ground down through the four corners of both your feet. Now start to lift the energy up the legs, lift it up the quads. Remember, lift the pelvis up towards the lower ribs, tailbone down. Now take your arms out in a T shape. So imagine just this 5-pointed star shape. Utthita Hasta Padasana. Now the shoulders, they move down. The tailbone still moves down, but the crown of the head lifts up. Now, can you reach out beyond your fingertips? So make it very strong through your arms. It's almost like you're pressing your arms down on something at the same time. Now, have you forgotten about your feet? Where's the weight in your feet? Has it rolled to the outer foot or inner foot? Can you make it balanced in the four corners? Now, get a sense of pulling in through the feet. So you're pulling in through the feet, hugging up through the legs, so pulling up through the legs and then extending out. So imagine this energy drawing in, up, out, in, up, out. So that's the idea. Now, turn your front foot forward, so it's going to be my left foot, it could be your other one. Bend it and then step your right foot next to your left, bring your hands in front of your heart. Take another breath in and then exhale, arms by the sides. Now bring your hands back on your hips, take a big step out to the side again. Come back to where we just were, so find that 5-pointed star shape setup. Utthita, extended, Hasta is hand, Padasana is foot pose, extended hand foot pose. So you're basically in a 5-pointed star. Now turn your right foot, or choose which foot, your back foot, turn it away from your body. So it's facing now away from the body, the other one's facing forwards. Now what I want you to do is the foot that's facing forwards, send your heel out slightly. So understand that the foot that was my front foot there, the one at the top of my mat, that's turned now slightly in. The other foot's pointed straight away. And if your arms are tired now, just bring them on your hips for a sec. Check that the arch of the foot's lifted. Now particularly check this knee where the foot's extended straight. A lot of the time the knee will collapse in, and that's because the arch of the foot has collapsed. So what we need to do, ground into the four corners, lift the arch of the foot and feel the knee spiral gently open. Pull up the quads, so get the energy moving up the quads. Lift the pelvis up, so that's a subtle action to learn. Tailbone lengthens down. Now if you can, extend your arms out again. Now this time you're going to look over your right little finger, or whichever foot is facing that way, straight away from the body. That's the direction you look. Remember, shoulders are down. Now make sure your gaze is focused on your fingertips, or just one point on your fingertips. So when your eyes are settled, your brain will also settle. Mind will be calm. Have you forgotten your feet and legs? Can you pull up through the feet? Can you pull up through the kneecaps, quadriceps? Can you pull in through the legs? Remember that circuit of energy reaching out the arms beyond the crown. Now return your hands onto your hips. Turn your right foot in, or it's my right foot, it could be your other one, and then turn your left foot to face out. So now just swapping direction of the feet. Remember, the heel is slightly out on the back foot. The arch of the foot's lifted. The whole back leg is strong. Check the arch of the front foot. Where's the knee? Is it rolling in? That happens so many times to people. So lift the arch and wrap the knee out slightly, so it's just in one line of the second toe. Pull in through the legs. Are the quads engaged? Tailbone down, belly in. Sides of the torso lifting, and then extend through the arms. So these little details, a lot of people forget about. They haven't done these little details in so long, they completely forget about them. So shoulders down, energy through the arms, lift up through the sides of the neck and the crown, and maybe you're looking at the point on your middle finger or choose a finger, and that's where your focus is. So we are pulling the energy up through the arches of the feet, We're lifting it up the legs, we're lifting it up through the pelvis, lifting it up through the spine, the neck, and then extending it out through the arms. Pajva, Hasta, Padasana. Pajva means side, hand is Hasta, and Pada is feet. Side, hand, feet pose. Now return your hands on your hips, bend your front legs, just step your back foot in again. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Take another breath in, and then exhale, release your hands down. Now inhale the arms up, let's flow a tiny bit. Palms press, now look up. And then exhale, dive and fold. Take the hands to the floor like we did before. Bend your legs or use blocks. How are your feet? Find a halfway lift, maybe hands on shins. Inhale, lengthen. Now step your left foot back and take your hands to the floor. Bend your right leg. Now, if you need a block under your left hand, do it. If you need to drop your back knee, that's okay, do it. Now, look at your right foot. Are the toes spread? Is the arch of your foot lifted? Are you rolling weight to the outside of the foot or inside, or is it balanced? Take your right hand to your right knee. Just press it in a little bit to the center, so that's going to help ground your foot. Keep that. Now just move your right hand to your left shoulder. Move your left shoulder down to your left heel, so it's moving down your body. Now actively press out through your back foot, and then maybe raise your right arm up. Find this beautiful twist in lunge. Keep pressing into the right foot, keep hugging in through the right leg, keep reaching through the right arm. And now reach your right arm diagonal. Look towards your right foot, circle your right hand down. You're going to step your left foot forwards. Find the feet together or hip distance. Find a halfway lift and lengthen. Fold, exhale. Halfway lift again. Now step your right foot back and bend your left leg. The right hand's flat on the floor or on a block. Now check your left foot's well grounded. Spread the toes. How's the arch of the foot? Take your left hand to the outside of your left knee. Press it in towards the center line a bit, so the knee's above the ankle. Now take the left hand to the right shoulder. Move the right shoulder down towards your right heel. Once you've got those actions, start to lift your left arm up. Twist the chest to the left. Breathe. Now start to reach your left arm diagonally forwards. Are you still breathing in and out of the nose calmly? Look towards your left foot. Take your left hand down. Now step your left foot back. Come to downward dog. Now just look at the hands first. Check your index fingers facing forwards, and then the fingers are spread. Ground into the fingertips and knuckles. So find the power and foundation of your hands. Arms are strong, biceps wrap forwards. Now look at your feet. Are they hip distance apart? Can you spread your toes? Can you lift the arches of your feet here? And even though the heels might not be touching the floor, can you get a sense of trying to press into the four corners of both feet? Now eventually, it doesn't have to be today, but eventually the legs are straight. The kneecaps lift, the quads are engaged, even here. Belly in, ribs in, hips up and back. Now listen carefully. Walk your hands back to your feet. So hands back to the feet. Your feet are hip distance apart. Now if you just want to check, make two fists and place them between your feet. So your feet are about two big fist distances apart. Maybe just slightly wider, directly below your hips. Bend your legs a little bit to start. Now get your peace fingers and hook them around your big toes. Peace fingers like hooks around the toes. Now make sure the inner wrist is facing each other. Then rest the thumbs at the tip of the big toes. Now when you're ready to inhale, I want you to try to straighten your arms and straighten your spine, and maybe straighten the legs a little bit more. Then when you're ready to exhale, I want you to pull on your toes, bend your elbows, and try to fold down your legs. So this is Padangustasana, or big toe to hand pose. But I want you to keep lifting the arches of your feet, hug the outer ankles in, so you're not rolling the weight out to the outsides of the feet. and eventually quadriceps are lifted. So even here, if you can, try not to drop all the weight back into the heels. It's neither all the way forwards. Let it be balanced in both feet. Breathe. Where do you feel the tightness? Is it the back of the legs? Is it the lower back? Can you slide your shoulders towards the ceiling so your neck has space? Keep breathing. Next inhale, I want you to straighten the arms, lengthen the spine, kind of like a halfway lift. Release the toes, take the hands in the floor. Now walk the hands forwards, come to downward dog. The tricky bit is, can you try to send your heels down, keep them down as you walk your hands forwards? There might be a point where they want to lift up. Can you feel that stretch down the back of your calves, the back of your legs? Downward dog. And now slowly walk your feet up to your hands. Take little steps all the way up. Bring the feet either together between your hands or feet hip distance apart. Hands on shins or blocks, you choose. Find a halfway lift, lengthen and extend on inhale, shoulders back, sternum crown forwards, and then fold, exhale. This time press into your feet. Inhale, lift the arms out and all the way up. Remember the tailbone down, the energy up, the palms press. You can look up. And now exhale, release the arms by the sides and then circle your hands to your heart. Take another breath in and then exhale, release your hands down by your sides. Okay, we're going to do a bit of a balancing pose. So I want you to ground into your right foot. So I'm going to mirror you. Now hug your left shin in towards your chest by interlacing the fingers around your left shin. Now I'm flexing the left foot as well. I'm grounding through the right foot. Now I'm going to hug in with the leg. I'm going to slide down with the shoulders. And I'm going to lift up through the crown of the head. Now focus on that right grounded foot. Where is the weight? Are you grounded through the four corners of that right foot? Are you wobbling? It's okay if you wobble, but try to be as grounded and centered as you can. Take another breath in and then exhale, release your left foot down. We're going to swap sides. Ground into your left foot. Find the four corners of the left foot. Lift the arch, lift the energy up the left leg. Then interlace the fingers around the right shin. Flex the right foot even. Hug it in a little taller. Move the shoulders down a little lower. Lift the crown of the head a little higher. Focus on a spot that doesn't move. Keep pulling that energy up your left leg, and it all starts with the foundation of your left foot. Breathe, balance, steady. Take another breath in, and then as you exhale, release your right foot down. Okay, we're back in Tadasana. Tadasana, mountain pose, remember, either feet together or hip distance apart, but the weight is grounded in the feet. Tailbone down, pelvis lifted gently up, energy up. Okay, now bring the hands on the hips. Take a big step out to the side again. Have both feet facing forwards. So remember, the weight's not rolling out, it's not rolling and collapsing in, it's equal on your feet. Now, take your left arm down your left leg. I'm going to mirror you. Inhale your right arm up. And as you exhale, lean over to the left and just keep breathing. So stretch out the side body. Remember, pull up the arches of the feet. Lift the energy up the legs. Can you scissor in through the legs? Keep lifting, keep reaching. Maybe look under the right arm a little bit. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower the right hand down on the right leg. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, lean over to the right. Keep breathing. Keep pressing into the feet. Keep pulling up through the legs. Keep reaching and extending. And when you're ready, inhale, stand up straight. Exhale, release your hand. Bring both hands onto your hips. Inhale, lift your chest. Let's take a forward fold. Exhale, take the crown of the head down towards the floor. Can you feel that in your hamstrings? Take your hands into the floor if you can, or use blocks. Feel free to bend your legs if you need to. Feel free to take your legs wider if you need to. Bring the floor closer to you if you need to. But now look at your feet. You've got a great view of your feet. A lot of the time in this pose, people are again rolling the weight onto the outer edge. So ground into the mounds of your big toes, your inner heels. Spread the toes, lift the arches of the feet. So wake up the arches, pull up the energy up the legs, lift the kneecaps and quadriceps. Now, as you take the top of the head down, I want you to move your shoulders back towards the ceiling. Hug the arms in close to the body if you can. Breathe through the nose. Then walk the fingertips forwards, straighten the arms. Find a halfway lift on the spot there with the legs wide. Now you're going to walk your hands around to your front foot, turn the front foot forwards and bend your leg, lift your back heel and step to plank. Find a plank position, nearly there. Inhale, shift forward. You're going to lower your knees. Exhale, slowly bend your elbows straight back and hover your chest off the floor. Just lower your hips, untuck the toes. Cobra pose, drive your legs back. Child's pose, exhale, sit your bum back on your heels. Now extend the crown of the head forwards to that space between your hands. Try to have the arms strong. Stretch the torso forwards, but keep sitting back on the heels. And slowly walk your hands back towards your body. Come up and then just lean off to the side and extend your legs straight forwards. Now flex your feet and imagine that you're standing on the floor again. So just imagine there's a floor in front of you that you're standing on and pressing into the feet. Can you pull up the arches of the feet? Can you pull that energy up the shins, up the knees, up the quads so it's pulling in towards your hips like this? Place your hands next to your hips, press down, move your shoulders down, lift the crown of the head up. So you're sitting nice and tall. Try not to round your spine. Try to keep that energy in the legs and spread your toes. When you're ready to inhale, lift your arms up. Keep breathing. We're going to hold this. Keep breathing, keep reaching, keep lifting. Keep breathing, keep reaching, keep lifting. Keep energy in the legs. Keep pulling up through the kneecaps, quads if you can. Draw the belly in. Sit even taller. Then with an exhalation, slowly release the arms down by the sides. Now shuffle your bum forwards towards your feet. Ground into your feet. So the four corners of both your feet are grounded down. Now take your prayer forward. So extend your arms, prayer, press together. Slowly come down onto your back, vertebrae by vertebrae. Now how slowly can you do this? Keep your feet down if you can. Keep going slowly, slower than me. Resist, resist. And then vertebrae by vertebrae back down to the floor. Now, fingers just touching heels. Press into the feet. Inhale, lift your hips up. Now, just keep that where you are. Press into the four corners of both feet again. Inner heels, outer heels, mound of the big toe, mound of the little toe. Lift the hips up higher if you can. Bend your arms, press your elbows and the back of your arms down. If you can, sneak your thumbs just under your hips and try to press your bum towards your knees. So press your bum forwards to lengthen your lower back. Keep pressing into the feet and just imagine you're hugging something between your legs a little bit. So the outer ankles hug in, the outer knees gently hug in, but your tailbone's lengthening down towards your feet. Keep pressing, keep lifting, keep pressing the back of the head in the floor, keep the neck long. Can you find that power in your legs? Take an inhale, lift the hips a little more, move the hands, and then exhale, slowly roll the spine vertebrae by vertebrae down into the mat. Now bring the soles of your feet together, everyone. Take the knees wide. So feet together, touching, knees wide. Bring the left hand on your heart, right hand on your belly. Supta means reclining. Baddha means caught or bound. And Konasana means angle pose. So recline, bound, angle pose. Just settle in the floor. Feel that stretch in the inner thighs, the inner legs. Then you're going to use your hands to gather your legs back together. Hug both knees in towards your chest. Now, like we did standing, interlace the fingers around your right shin. Extend your left leg straight. So the left heel reaches away from your head, and you're also going to flex your right foot. So remember all that energy in your feet. So recreate it here. Think of your right hip moving towards your left heel, and also slide your shoulders down the mat towards your feet. Think of the crown of the head reaching back. Hug your thigh into your chest a little bit more. Where do you feel the stretch? Maybe the back of the right leg, maybe the glutes a little bit. Keep pulling down, keep hugging in, keep pressing shoulder blades down. Now just bend your left leg. We're going to swap sides. Extend your right heel forwards. Extend your right leg straight. Now flex that left foot as well. Interlace fingers around left shin. Hug left thigh in. Drive the right heel away from your head. You're going to move that left hip now towards your right heel. You're going to slide your shoulders down your mat towards both feet. Crown of the head lengthening back. Keep pressing shoulder blades down. Keep hugging in through the leg. Keep that energy in that right foot and the left foot. Take an inhale. As you exhale now, just extend your left leg. Find Shavasana. So what we'll do first actually is set up Shavasana. So bring your feet together and flex them again, like we've been doing the whole class. Reach your hands towards your feet, and I want you to look at your feet. Take a moment just to see your feet. One more time. Can you spread your toes? Can you drive out through your feet like you're standing in the floor? Take an inhale, and as you exhale, gently roll the spine down, and now relax your feet, relax your legs. Let the feet just knock out to the sides. Let your palms face the sky. Now, hopefully, if you are really focused and engaged in that practice in your feet, you will feel a sensation or energy in your feet now. So you'll feel that all those muscles in your feet have been worked. Get a sense of that as they relax, feeling that circulation of energy or blood through the feet. Completely relax your legs. Let the shoulders just soften down away from your ears and the arms completely relaxed. So you begin to imagine the back of your neck nice and long. All your facial muscles are relaxed. And remember that Shavasana or corpse pose is the most important part of your practice because it's where the information settles into your body. Let it soak in. Let your body rest and relax. Just breathe how you want to breathe, but every exhalation just surrenders you more. Scan your body just for any last bits of tension and let it go. Let it soften. Take a nice full breath in. Open the mouth, let it out. Again, take another deep breath in. Take in more air and then let it out as you exhale. Last one, biggest breath of your day. And let it out. Now start to wriggle your toes, your fingers, and then move your ankles, your wrists. Take a big stretch, reach the hands away from your feet. And then roll off to your side. Use your arm like a pillow. Nice and relaxed, resting, calm. And slowly make your way up to a seated position. So find any seat. Feel free to sit on a block or cushion, whatever's most comfortable. Rest your hands on your knees or your thighs. Now I'll sit up nice and tall. Remember, we're harnessing energy through the whole practice. And the idea of cultivating presence. We're really training the mind to stay attentive to the body. And in today's lesson, it was all about the feet, the arches of the feet, the understanding of lifting energy up and aligning the rest of the body from the feet. So see if you can soak in some of that information. Remember, sometimes going back to these basics, going back to the beginning and going back to the foundations is one of the most important things you could do to set up your practice for the rest of your life. So honor that. You've made the effort, you've tuned in, you created presence and focus, and then you'll bring your hands in front of your heart. Come back to the center, coming back to your heart. And gently bow your head to your heart in honor of this practice and everything that it teaches. And then the light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. My name's Ari, just in case you want to reach out and have any questions. And I hope you enjoyed that practice of understanding the actions of the feet. I'll see you in the next Foundations class where we dive into sun salutations.